Hey, Donald Sabiscum. Hope you're all doing well. Praying for all of you. Just a quick one, really, today. I just wanted to give everyone an update on Pope Francis, just in case you haven't been watching the news. Pope Francis has been obviously released from hospital. Obviously, he was rushed in a few days ago for a chest complaint, obviously for breathing issues. But he is okay. He has been released, which is fantastic news. And quite a nice thing as well. He's actually been reported to be eating pizza with the staff the other day, and actually baptised a baby in the actual paediatric ward as well, whilst he was in hospital when he was meant to be resting. He went there and gave rosaries and books to all the children in the cancer ward, and obviously baptised the newborn baby, which I thought was really, really good and sweet. So it just shows you, like I said before, although I don't agree with everything Pope Francis does as a Holy Father, as a man, as a priest, his heart's in the right place. Um, and it's really, really good news to know that he is okay and made a full recovery. Adding on to the channel, we were going to be doing a video today, but obviously we will be probably doing one next week, which is the longest time you guys have had to wait for a video, but you will be getting a few shorts done. We have got some big things in the pipeline, but obviously where I've been poorly and just different things, technical issues and things like that, it's been a bit hard to get the filming done, but it will be done. We'll be getting the tours back up and running very, very soon for everybody. Documentaries are being pieced together, but obviously we do a lot of checks, fact checks, history checks, and also make sure that everything all fits into place nicely and is accurate as well. So that takes time. It does take time. Even though I know the subject matter of what we're doing, it still does take a little bit of time. Now, next week I'm actually away. I'm actually away on holiday, but I'm going to do my best to get you a tour when I'm away. So I'm going to do some podcasts and send that to the editor, send it to Tom. And also I'm going to be visiting a Roman Catholic church out there as well, where I'm going. So be able to get a tour there as well. So this is down in Bognor Regis in Kent. So I'll be able to get some things for you all to see, which I'm really, really looking forward to. But just a quick one. No one knew I was coming on live tonight, so I'm not expecting to get many people because I've literally just appeared online. But just wanted to give everyone an update on Pope Francis. Those of you may know already, but he's been released, and that is really, really good news. Also, any of you have anything that you want me to cover on the channel, please do let me know. We've got some new members now, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm so honoured to have you with us, and thank you so much for joining us. And your support really means a lot to me. And obviously, anything you want me to cover to do with the faith, do let me know, and I'll do a video for you. That could be whether it's Catholic, it could be Lutheran, it could be Church of England, it could be Methodist, Baptist, Evangelist. Anything, you let me know and I'll try and visit a church and we'll go from there. Obviously, I don't always necessarily agree with the theology, but it's not about that. It's like I say, my channel, for those of you who are new, is to find a spiritual home for everybody. So no matter where you are in the world, no matter what country you are, if you, for example, want to find your faith and you want to, for example, find a congregation that fits you, that's my job. That's how I see it. That's my job, to help you find a spiritual home. So it might be low church, it might be high church, it might be very orthodox, it might be very free evangelist Protestant. You may be more into sola scriptura, and that's how you practice your faith. You may be very, very traditional and want more than just sola scriptura, and also want the teachings of the church. Me, obviously, I am a Orthodox Catholic. I'm very, very traditional. I'm pretty much as Opus Dei as you can get without being a member of Opus Dei. I'm very, very, I love Latin Mass. I love everything. Like, those are people who know me personally, and you probably noticed on the channel as well, whereas I won't say the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Sometimes I do, but normally it's in nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti, Amen. That's how I do it. But I'm open to everything. Some of you may not even do the sign of the cross. So again, don't worry if you're not Catholic. This channel is still for you, and it's a good home for you. Don't even matter if you're not Christian. You could be Muslim. You could be Hindu. You could be Sikh. this is to help people find their faith, and educate people in obviously other religions and faiths as well. So, I do a bit on Islam as well, because obviously Islam part of the Abrahamic faith, and it's very, very connected to Christianity. It's basically our brothers and sisters. There's some differences which are quite catastrophic differences, but to be fair, the actual Bible and Quran kind of reflect each other in a lot of ways. And obviously in the Quran, you have the Holy Mother, Mary, the only female mentioned in the Quran, who's the only woman without sin. And obviously you have Jesus, again, the only one without sin. Even Muhammad was a sinner, and Muhammad died. Jesus came back. So there's a lot, even in the Quran, Jesus comes back. So there's a lot of that what not everybody knows. So I'm a bit of a scholar. I'm not an expert. When I say I'm a bit of a scholar, I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm the greatest theologian in the world. I do make mistakes. I am learning myself every day, and I could probably learn from some of you, and you could learn from me. And that's kind of the journey of faith of what my channel is about. Obviously, those of you who don't know me, I've been into my faith for a very, very long time. I think I shared it before. But if not, I will do a video, probably a proper video on it, not a live, about my faith and my journey to the faith. And when I had a relationship with Christ, and I've never looked back. Never looked back. My mum and dad obviously came from a religious family. Well, my mum didn't come from a religious family at all. My dad kind of did. Obviously, my nan was devout Church of England, Anglo-Catholic, which is High Church of England, which is almost Roman Catholic. Then you had obviously my dad's family, obviously my nan was married to him. My granddad, my dad's family, come from Cork, Whitegate in Ireland. So as you can imagine, they originally would have been predominantly Catholic. And obviously, my nan and granddad had a daughter. My dad had a sister as well. So she married a guy from Sicily, man from Sicily. So, you can imagine they're very, very Catholic. So, but although I don't force Catholicism on my viewers. Like I say, this is purely a channel for people to find their way. So a spiritual home is always important. I'm going to do some videos which a lot of the Orthodox Catholics or some of the Protestants would look at and go, why are you doing that video? It's like, again, it may not be a video for us, but it could be a video for somebody else. It could be a video for someone else to understand and learn stuff. So that's kind of what this is about, if that makes sense. I want people to find their faith, but I'm going to educate them in Rome. They're going to see a lot to do with Rome, because I think a lot of Christians have a lot to learn where they come from, and they don't like to admit it. They don't want nothing to do with Rome. It's like you was somewhere down your genealogy, somewhere down your family tree of life. Christ himself went, this is the one with the successors of the popes. But at the same time, Roman Catholicism and Greek Orthodoxy was the first churches and the only two founded by Christ. Everything else splinters off like tree trunks, to the branches, to the twigs. And that's kind of what it is. And unfortunately, a lot of people are part of the twigs, but they don't want to admit they were part of the tree trunk. Where do you think you came from? So I like to teach people a lot of your traditions, even in a Protestant church, no matter if it's a happy, free evangelist sort of church, or if it's a traditional Orthodox church. You'll notice that there's things in the Roman Catholic Mass or the Eastern Orthodox Mass that you will recognize. Why do you recognize them? Because you came from them. Like Father Mike Schmitz once said, like, everything you do and everything you study, and everything you love about your church, you will find in the Roman Catholic Church. And I also have to say the Eastern Orthodox Church, because that's where we all come from. There's a reason why, obviously, Vladimir Putin travels to see the Pope. He's seen John Paul II, he's seen Pope Benedict, he's seen Pope Francis. Why? He's Eastern Orthodox, because the Orthodox do recognize Rome, and Rome do kind of recognize the Orthodoxy, but there is a schism, there is a bit of a disagreement, and I'll go into the disagreement later on, and it's quite a silly disagreement, and a lot of it is papal infallibility and the authority of the Pope, and that's what one of the main gripes Eastern Orthodoxy have with the Vatican. And obviously the other one as well is, they say itself is the Father, the Father and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But it's kind of the Trinity. It's not the same as the Father, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So it's a little complicated, but I'll go for it more in another video. But yeah, so that's the sort of thing I want to do. So again, if you are from Church of England background, there's a lot of people who are quite lost in the Church of England as well, and quite torn. They don't know what to do. They don't know what church to go to. And it's quite hard. And it is a big decision for you. But again, it's a spiritual home. You can travel to any church. And like Jesus says in the Bible, pray, shut your door, pray in your own private sanctuary, and my Father in heaven will hear you. You know, don't be like the Pharisees, you know. So it's kind of, you know, God will hear you and take your prayer wherever you are, even if you can't have the Holy Eucharist at the moment. He is there with you. He is spiritually with you, and He will be there always. So, if you are Church of England and you're struggling, visit different churches, even different Church of England churches. You know, have a look at what you've got before you abandon it completely. You know, but that'll be my advice. Anyway, God bless.